The marriage between Katie Holmes and Tom Cruise made everyone admire them, with the image of a perfect couple always full of happiness. However, after only 6 years, Katie shocked the public when she suddenly filed for divorce in 2012. Tom Cruise joined the mysterious cult of Scientology with strict conditions, causing Katie's life to be filled with suffering. She wants a divorce to free herself and her daughter Suri from Tom and Scientology. How has the Scientology cult affected Tom Cruise's life and marriage? How did Katie meticulously plan to escape her hellish marriage to Tom Cruise? It will all be revealed in today's video. Tom Cruise's strange Scientology-influenced prenuptial agreement. How was Scientology founded? What power does it have over Tom Cruise to turn him into a fanatic? The mysterious cult of Scientology, known as the place where celebrities are locked up, was founded by Mr. L. Ron Hubbard, a science fiction writer, in 1954. Its main objective was to attract famous people from all over the world to become members. 60 years later, in 2014, that goal was achieved with 50,000 members. The sect has won $2 billion, mostly from contributions from stars and fundraising. This is a sect that aims to give believers a way of understanding the true nature of the human soul and its relationship with themselves and their family. Although it is a relatively new religion with a modest number of followers, Scientology has a significant influence on society in the United States and some Western countries. Today, Scientology is officially recognized as a religion in the United States, Australia, Italy, Spain, Portugal, Sweden and Taiwan. The total number of Scientologists worldwide is estimated to be between 100,000 and 200,000, concentrated mainly in the United States, Europe, South Africa and Australia. Scientology is also known for being a litigious organization, especially with those who oppose the sect. One of the sect's extreme opinions is its no-contact policy. Consequently, members of the sect must cut off contact with family or friends who doubt and oppose the organization. This mysterious sect is quite active in Hollywood. The actors Tom Cruise and John Travolta are high-ranking members of the sect, the bosses of Scientology in Hollywood. The actor Tom Cruise has supported the Scientology sect since 1990. The person who brought him to the sect was his first wife, Mimi Rogers. Mimi's father, Phil Spickler, was one of the most powerful members in the early years of the sect's establishment. At first, Tom said that the teachings of the sect helped him to improve his dyslexia, but little by little, he became a devoted person and declared it openly to the public. In 2005, he even actively campaigned for Scientology to be officially recognized as a religion in Europe. That same year, Tom Cruise repeatedly preached to the public that psychiatry is a pseudoscience, which caused a wave of anger among psychologists and psychiatrists around the world. This has received harsh criticism from psychologists. It is worth mentioning that in 2012, the American press was also full of rumors about Tom Cruise, who, after almost 30 years of involvement with Scientology, had developed strong psychic abilities. Cruise can move physical objects through thought, read people's minds, or perceive information from a distance. Telepathy. Of course, this is not true in reality. Because if it were, Hollywood producers would no longer need special effects and tricks on set. After Tom joined the strange cult of Scientology, with the clause of separating from family and relatives, considering the organization as the only one, his family and friends turned their back on him. He disowned his stepfather because he opposed the Scientology sect, and even after the divorce, Tom did not see his daughter for many years. Even people in the sect chose to betray and turn their backs on Tom. That was the actress Leah Remini, who left Scientology after 30 years of association. She revealed everything about the mystical religious organization, and even Tom Cruise's secrets in the book Troublemaker, Surviving Hollywood and Scientology. Because of this mysterious sect, Tom Cruise's marriage broke up 3 times, with Mimi Rogers born in 1956, Nicole Kidman born in 1967, and Katie Holmes born in 1978. Coincidentally, the 3 people are exactly 11 years apart in age, and at 33, they all decided to divorce Tom Cruise. So what does the number 33 mean? The first church of Scientology was founded in Phoenix, Arizona, which is on the 33rd parallel. When Tom divorced Nicole Kidman, the actress was also abandoned by her 2 adopted children. The reason for this is said to be that Connor and Isabella decided to follow their father's Scientology sect, which has a rule of breaking ties with outsiders. Although Scientology was the main reason for Tom Cruise's marital breakdown, there were many rumors that Tom was gay. or having an affair with a third person, which is why Katie left him. Tom Cruise is currently the highest-paid actor in Hollywood and the public face of Scientology. He is rumored to be the second most important figure in the current leadership of the church, behind its leader, David Miscavige. After joining the sect, Tom Cruise's 3 marriages fell apart. The Scientology sect imposed extremely strange conditions on the marriage between Tom and his third wife, Katie. These conditions turned Katie's life into hell. The strange marriage conditions that Tom Cruise and the Scientology sect imposed on their marriage. In 2006, Tom and Katie Holmes were married in a romantic wedding of the century that cost $3 million. When she married Tom, Katie admitted that she was forced to convert in order to follow her husband, abandoning Christianity to follow the Scientology sect. From the outside, the gigantic Cruise family mansion looks like a luxury hotel, but inside it is more like a Scientology prison. All over the house there are people dressed in formal black suits with cold faces and eyes. They are bodyguards who act as guards and watch every move the owner and the guests make. Anyone who enters will be escorted by these guards from the lobby to the elevator, up to the floors, and even taken to the room they need. Of course, there is also a private chef and a barber in the house to attend to the most basic needs of the people who live there. This makes the family atmosphere always suffocating and cold. Katie lost her freedom in her own marriage. Tom increasingly showed Katie Holmes that he was a very patriarchal man and not easy to please. Katie did not dare to make any decisions for fear of displeasing Tom. Even on the couple's honeymoon, the Scientologists followed them closely to monitor the situation. Katie had to give up her acting career, cutting almost all of her scenes in the movie, in order to spend time with her family. She often seemed tired and bored after marrying Tom Cruise. After getting married, Tom and Katie happily announced that they were expecting their first child in October 2015. However, instead of taking Katie to the hospital for regular checkups, Tom spent $200,000 on high-end equipment, such as an at-home ultrasound machine, so he could monitor Katie's pregnancy every day. Tom also said that he and his wife would donate the ultrasound machine to a hospital after Katie Holmes gave birth. However, Tom Cruise's act of buying an ultrasound machine at home without permission was strongly criticized and condemned by doctors. The doctors explained that ultrasounds should only be performed by professionals and for medical purposes, as too many ultrasounds will have a negative impact on the baby in the womb and on the mother. Tom also ordered Katie Holmes to remain completely silent during Suri's birth. According to Scientologists, pregnant women should avoid screaming or moaning during childbirth, as this can bring bad things to the baby. Joining Scientology means that members must follow strict discipline. They must consider the organization as the only one. Members must cut off all relations with outsiders, even family members. Katie almost always stays at home, because Tom does not allow her to have relationships with friends or family. The pleasure of this actress for many years is to take her daughter shopping. After getting married, people were surprised because Katie looked tired and older compared to when she was a child. Tom Cruise also disowned his stepfather and didn't even bother to attend his funeral because his stepfather was opposed to Scientology. Tom Cruise also had a conflict with Katie Holmes' parents due to religious differences. As a result, the American actress's parents wanted their daughter's wedding to be Catholic, but Tom Cruise strongly disagreed. The actor has completely abandoned this religion and wants to celebrate it in a Scientology facility. Tom Cruise not only controls his wife, but also his daughter's life. In Scientology, there is a separate training camp called Sea Org, where Scientology members send their children to be educated and to study. However, Sea Org chooses to train children in the style of slavery in Haiti. The daughter must be raised and educated according to the strict rules of the sect. The child will be completely isolated from the family and the outside world for several years, even several decades. Led Remini, who had been in the sect for 30 years, said that Tom's daughter, Suri, Katie, was only 7 months old at the time and was crying in the bathroom. But absolutely no one had any intention of comforting her. Suri was reminded to stop crying like an adult. To calm Suri down, Remini brought her milk. But Scientology members unanimously criticized Remini, calling her behavior unacceptable. Tom Cruise not only set rules for Katie Holmes when they were married, but even after the divorce, Katie was still subject to some of her ex-husband's outlandish conditions. Among them, Tom asked Katie not to mention their life together in public and not to date anyone publicly for 5 years after their divorce. In addition, Katie could not let her boyfriend get close to her daughter Suri, and could not do anything to embarrass Tom, such as speaking ill of him or the Scientology cult. The influence of the Scientology sect on Tom Cruise is truly terrifying. Even in the choice of Tom Cruise's partner, the sect also participates in the selection and control of the star. Scientology seeks out and selects a partner for Tom Cruise. According to a source in the British magazine Grazia, Tom Cruise's criteria for choosing a new wife is that she has been a Scientologist for at least 5 years. She must be involved in the entertainment industry, be intelligent, and be between 25 and 30 years old. Katie is not Tom Cruise's first choice when it comes to choosing a partner. In 2004, it was said that the sect had started a project to recruit a wife for Tom Cruise. During the casting for Cruise's new movie, actresses who had participated in Scientology were brought in and asked a series of strange questions, such as, "What do you think of Tom Cruise?" The list included many famous Hollywood names, such as Lindsay Lohan, Scarlett Johansson, and Jessica Alba. Finally, the actress of Iranian origin Nazanin Boniadi was chosen to carry out a very important task, which was to go out with Tom Cruise. She became the chosen candidate to be Tom's potential wife. The relationship between the two lasted from November 2004 to January 2005, until Cruise and Nazanin could not stand each other. After 3 months of dating, Tom Cruise realized that he was not compatible with Boniadi. In particular, her disrespectful behavior towards high-ranking members of the Scientology sect, as well as towards Tom Cruise. Nazanin later told a friend about her relationship with the actor. Because of this action, which broke the rules, she received a punishment from the church: scouring the toilet with a toothbrush, cleaning the bathroom tiles with acid, and digging ditches in the middle of the night. After a 3-month relationship, Tom Cruise began to look for new partners according to the rules of the Scientology sect. Just a few months later, Tom Cruise began a relationship with Katie Holmes. This couple is considered the image of an ideal family and a role model in Hollywood. After the wedding, Katie Holmes had to give up Christianity to officially join the Scientology sect, with unprecedented strict rules. After suffering too much and losing her freedom due to her marriage to Tom Cruise, Katie Holmes meticulously planned for months to escape her marriage and the Scientology sect. She even turned to Nicole Kidman for advice. Katie wanted to protect her daughter from the mysterious cult. Katie Holmes' marriage to Tom Cruise and her escape. After getting married in 2006, Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes have had a sweet and happy married life. Katie Holmes is a fan of Tom Cruise and has been in love with him since she was 20 years old. Tom Cruise is a Hollywood star that all girls want to meet. That's why Katie Holmes made many people jealous when she became his lover, and then his wife, and then the mother of a beautiful daughter, the crystallization of their love. Tom Cruise and Katie once drew a sweet love story when they officially became a family. The moment the actor knelt down to propose to his girlfriend romantically at the top of the Eiffel Tower is still remembered by people as one of the happiest moments of their lives. And the sweet wedding and the birth of their little daughter Suri made all of Hollywood happy for them. Suri was born as the most powerful baby in show business, pursued wherever she went. And Tom Cruise is the model husband and father. The romantic relationship between Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes was followed by the paparazzi every day, and Tom Cruise made no secret of his boundless love for Holmes. The actor even caused a stir when he jumped on a chair on Oprah Winfrey's show in 2006 to describe his love for Katie Holmes. At the time, the actor's adoring public even thought he had lost his usual elegant image. But Tom Cruise is a religious fanatic and always imposes extreme thoughts on his family. Tom Cruise's prejudices are the reason why Katie and her daughter's life becomes suffocating in their own home. Contrary to what people think about her marriage, Katie Holmes is controlled by her husband in everything, from what to wear today, to whom to meet, or any hobbies. Katie lost her freedom and feared that Tom would also force her daughter to become a leader of the terrifying cult of Scientology. That's why she devised an extremely sophisticated plan to escape her marriage. The process of escaping a suffocating marriage. After 6 years, Katie Holmes took the initiative to file for divorce from her husband in 2012. The separation of the famous couple was one of the fastest divorces in Hollywood, with all the paperwork completed in just 10 days. Even Tom Cruise was surprised, left bewildered, and felt heartbroken and devastated when his wife left him. During the phone call with her husband when the divorce papers were on their way to court, Katie still gently said to Tom, "I love you," to distract him. While Nicole Kidman was alone and passively forced to break up with Tom Cruise when she was pregnant with her first child, but due to too much pain and surprise, Kidman had a miscarriage. Katie was braver and wiser in her divorce from Hollywood's most powerful actor. Katie had secretly and meticulously prepared the plan to free herself from her marriage to Tom Cruise for months before announcing it to the media. Katie was not alone. Her relatives, especially her father and mother, secretly supported their daughter. In early June 2012, Katie and her daughter moved into their rented apartment in New York. Tom knew, but Katie explained to her husband that in the new apartment she could drive to the basement, avoiding being followed and bothered by the paparazzi. A very simple reason, but it couldn't be more reasonable to deceive Tom. Taking advantage of her husband's absence, who was filming in Iceland, Katie carried out the next step of her secret plan. She fired her bodyguard and her driver. The family's bodyguard and driver were closer to Tom. They were the ones Tom hired before he met Katie. Katie eliminated her husband's most powerful eyes and ears to act freely. Katie's new neighbor shared that during the days they lived in the new place, Suri and her mother were happy and played all day. Having been the wife of a Scientology fanatic for 5 years, Katie knew she could be watched at all times. She tried to create as normal a life as possible. The neighbor revealed that Katie and Suri are very friendly with everyone in the building. Suri's mother often lets her go to the lobby to play with the other children. During her trip to China in mid-June, Katie threw away her SIM card, bought a new one, and changed her email address. Nobody knew how to get in touch with the actress, except her parents. If she wanted to call anyone, Katie initiated it. 2 weeks before filing for divorce, Katie Holmes and her daughter Suri traveled to the set of the movie Oblivion in Ireland to visit her father Tom Cruise. The paparazzi even captured the famous couple holding hands and walking down the street. Tom even rented a presidential suite at the Hilton Hotel for $600 a night, so that the whole family could gather comfortably in familiar luxury. On June 17th, the sacred Father's Day, Tom and Katie took their little daughter to the luxurious and cozy Sushi Samba restaurant to celebrate. Not only that, many people who witnessed the reunion that day also expressed their admiration for the happiness of the little family when the famous parents looked fondly at their beloved daughter and then turned to look at each other and smile. On June 18th, Katie and Suri flew back to the United States, while Tom stayed with the film crew to finish his work. Just over 10 days later, Katie Holmes quietly filed for divorce in a New York court. She did not request any rights other than full custody and guardianship of her 6-year-old daughter. While Tom was still in Ireland, completely surprised and passive in the face of his wife's abandonment, Katie quickly took Suri and moved out of the luxurious family mansion. They moved into a private apartment in Manhattan. The strange thing is that all these actions seem to have been carefully calculated and organized by her in advance. From choosing the moment to file for divorce, making it public to the press, to renting a house, it all seemed more like an escape than a sudden outburst of anger like that of a Hollywood wife. After the divorce, Tom Cruise confirmed that Suri was no longer a member of the Scientology sect. Katie and her daughter are free, officially free of Tom and Scientology. Katie received $15 million and the $35 million mansion in Beverly Hills where the two had previously lived together. A prominent journalist speculated that Katie had signed an agreement with the Scientology sect and the actress agreed never to say anything against the sect in exchange for her daughter. After the divorce, Katie was truly free from her fanatical husband. She and her daughter began a new life, happier than ever. Since her divorce from Tom Cruise, Katie Holmes has been busy building a new life, which includes her acting career, fashion design, taking care of her daughter Suri, and keeping in touch with old friends. Katie has also surprised her fans with her changes of appearance. Instead of simple wrinkled shirts, she appears more polished, with her outfits changing often. In daily life, as well as spending a lot of time taking care of Suri, Katie also thinks more about herself when she gets in touch and goes out with old friends. After breaking up with Tom Cruise, 5 years after the contract expired, Katie publicly dated Jamie Foxx. Previously, there had been rumors that the two had dated in 2013, just a year after the actress divorced her ex-husband. However, as she signed a 5-year non-public relationship agreement with the sectee, she always kept it a secret. In this marriage, what is the main reason Katie wants to leave Tom, even though she once loved him passionately? The main reason Katie meticulously planned to escape from actor Tom Cruise was to protect her daughter Suri from the sect. Tom was too fanatical and adored the Scientology sect, while Katie wanted her daughter to go to a normal school to study and play like other children her age. Tom wanted to send his daughter to a school dedicated to the Scientology sect, C organization. Here, the students have to learn dogmas and extreme ideas. They are also controlled and monitored by the sect. At that moment, more than ever, Katie Holmes needed to act before it was too late, and she suddenly decided to file for divorce in court. As a mother, she could endure anything for her daughter's happiness. But when she felt that her daughter was threatened and brainwashed, Katie planned vigorously and obtained custody of her daughter legitimately. Katie did not let Kidman's sad story be repeated, and quickly succeeded. After divorcing his wife, Tom Cruise was cold and indifferent to his daughter for 10 years. Today, Katie and her mother continue to enjoy a free life. The little girl Katie has grown into an extremely beautiful young woman. Meanwhile, some rumors suggest that the reason the marriage ended may be that Katie Holmes discovered that Tom Cruise was gay. The evidence is that he often met and had a close relationship with John Travolta, the actor involved in a lawsuit for homosexual harassment. It was also reported that Tom Cruise had an affair during his marriage to Katie. The media reported that while Katie Holmes was in court processing her divorce, Tom Cruise was busy shooting the hit action and horror film Oblivion in cold Iceland. However, although Tom Cruise was sad about the breakup, he was not alone, as there was always a strange woman by his side. Now, at over 60, Tom Cruise is still in good shape and very attractive to women. He continues to go out and fall in love with girls 30 years younger than him. Tom Cruise and Katie now have their own lives and new relationships. However, this is still the most controversial and mysterious marriage in the press. It is not unusual for celebrities to join the Scientology sect, but some countries consider that this sect exploits its members for commercial and lucrative purposes. What do you think of the emergence of Scientology in Hollywood? Comment below. If you find